Hey, hey, hey. Good morning. How are you today? If you catch this live, happy Thursday. If you catch this later, happy whatever day of the week it is. You caught me. I was a little late with my walk today. So, caught me in full on, just exercised a little bit, hashtag soccer mom mode. But we show up how we are, right? We show up as we are. That's what life is all about. We don't have to just put on a pretty face, right? So, for those of you who may not really know me, um, I am Jill Coletti, and I am here to help moms and kiddos, hey, Yesley, to live life maybe a little differently, to, um, live with more joy, to connect with their energy and the energy around them, and ultimately live a life they love and create that legacy they love, right? For their kids and with their kids. So today I would love to talk a little bit all week this week. I have been focusing on meditation for two reasons: to share my experiences with you in the hopes that it will inspire you to meditate. Reason number two, to keep me inspired to meditate, because it is a practice and sometimes we flounder and sometimes we thrive, right? And today, oh, thank you. I just was saying, like, literally just came in from my walk and it's so gorgeous out. I literally did not want to come inside. I wanted to stay outside all day. But got a shower, kind of do some other things in life, right? um, but I highly, highly, highly recommend just getting outside and being in the quiet and not listening to podcasts or anything else and just noticing all the sounds around you. It in itself is a moving meditation when you go on a nice walk like that. So today, let's talk about 4 ways that you can still meditate at home even with the kids there. Because if you are like me, one of the excuses that I made when someone recommended to me to meditate was, well, a couple of things. I don't have the time, I don't have a good space, and like the kids are always crawling all over me. And, I'm a mom. Moms don't have time, right? Have you ever said that about anything? Moms don't have time. I don't have time for any of that stuff. Hence, have not showered or anything yet, right? So, 4 ways. Number 1, include them in your meditation. Whether they're a baby, newborn, infant, toddler, school age, preteen, teen, right? You can include them. If they're a baby, put them on your lap. If they're a toddler, try to put them on your lap, but they're going to crawl around. That's okay, right? That's okay. That's what they need to do, right? School age child, offer it up to them. Just tell them this is what you're doing. And, preteen, teen, like, just offer it up. Let them know you're going to meditate now. Maybe do one at night as a family or in the morning, like whenever it works for you, just do it. Let them know, include them, make the offer. If you have an infant or a baby, just put them on your lap. And again, like I've talked about this all week though, it does not have to be this 20-minute long thing. So you have a toddler at home who is crawling all over the place and can't sit still for more than 30 seconds. That's okay, right? My son, he's 7. I offer for him to meditate with me. A good chunk of the time, it's like, no, I'm not doing that. Okay. Other times he'll be like, "Hey, mom, you want to meditate?" And I'm like, "Yes, he's listening," right? Um, the big thing is don't force it because what will happen is later on in life, they're going to be like, "My mom used to make me meditate. Now I'm not going to do it." What we're trying to do is just, have the opportunity to do this as a family if possible. And for you to ultimately, for you to be able to do it for you, because whether they do it with you or not, you're lifting up your vibration and you're doing what's going to help take care of you, right? And that there's a trickle effect to that energy. You lift up yours, you shine brighter, your light shines on them, right? The other piece is you are being that example. So one day you'll just walk into your child's room and they're going to be sitting there meditating and they didn't even say anything to you. Or they're going to ask you if you want to do it. And they're going to also reap the benefits and they're going to shine brighter. So include them. Some of the big things is like just being able to get a practice going. And sometimes for some people, you feel like you have to do it yourself first, and that's okay, right? For other people, it's like, how am I going to weave this into my real life? And I have the kids, I have them like 100% of the time. I never have a break. Okay, well, include them in it, right? So there's ways to work around that. Think about having them be part of it in some way, shape, or form. Number two, so that's number one. Number one is include them in it, right? Number two, get creative. And what I mean by that is like have an open mind as to what can be actually a form of meditation. And here I'm thinking the dishes, the laundry, cleaning, right? Some of like the chores that maybe you're like, oh, I don't want to have to do them, right? But if we can flip that script, and I'm actually telling myself this for me, right? But if we can flip this script and be really intentional with what we're doing, and instead of putting the TV on or listening to a podcast or an audible book or something, or being frustrated with having to do that, think about the things that are like really monotonous. That basically don't think the things that don't take thinking for you, right? Your mind will still wander, acknowledge the thought, move on, but you could literally just take that folding. I actually watched the Marie Kondo series on, I think it was on Netflix. And now I fold like I love folding my towels and like my clothes. I fold them all like the Marie Kondo style. And I love, right? Don't you love Marie? I totally do too. So I watch, and I had my daughter watch it with me. I'm like, how to fold, how to fold. So I make it a thing. Now, I cannot say that I do not have a pile of clean clothes at the end of my bed that need to be folded. I definitely do. So I have got to make time more consistently to do that. But we can actually make, you refolded everything. Okay, I have to share this. Okay, yes, they refolded everything. I totally did too. It was so funny. I like redid my entire linen closet and refolded, and then I did all my drawers and refolded everything. I cannot say my kids' drawers stay that way. My daughter's probably better. My son, his definitely don't stay folded that way. Once I give them to him, they just get thrown in his drawer. That's fine. That's his thing, right? So have an open mind and think about those things. It's really about being intentional with your time when you're doing that. And it can certainly be like a moving meditation ultimately. Number 3, have fun. And like another, like be creative, have fun, maybe do things a little bit differently. So if the kids are home, right? maybe doing some type of moving meditation, maybe doing a yoga together, maybe going outside for a walk and you're walking and noticing nature and all of the things around. And maybe they're either walking next to you or maybe they're on their bike, right? Having fun, but using that time um, and doing it in a fun way. Maybe finding the other things to make it fun is they have a lot of really fun guided meditations that are like visualizations of, you know, being in a castle and like, or being an animal. So it's really kind of fun. It's a way to wind down, but like have fun with it that you can do with them. Maybe doing yoga as a moving meditation. And like my son always loves to make his own yoga moves. So he makes up like the Oreo and the cookie, and it always seems to be food related, but he makes up his own. And then we do like a shavasana at the end where we just lie there and meditate a little bit, right? Um, so number one, do it with them. Number two, have an open mind and be creative as to what, like, think about those things that are like chores or monotonous things that can be, yeah. Oh, he is so funny. He like makes up all these yoga moves. Number three, have fun with it, right? With them. And number four, escape if you have to to get it done. And what I mean by that, like lock yourself in the bathroom, sit there for a few minutes, have a bath, allow yourself to have a bath, meditate in the bath, just don't fall asleep, or take a shower, lock yourself away, lock yourself in your room for a little bit if you have to. Go in your car, sit in your car, or do the meditation in the car before you go into work, like how I started. Or do it at work, do it somewhere else, go somewhere, go to your Reiki master, come visit me, have a Reiki session, or like go to a yoga studio, go somewhere or a meditation studio where you can do it if you have to be able to get it done. But you should, or go outside. If the kids are inside playing, go outside. If they're outside, go inside. If you have to, right? Ultimately, once you again, it's a practice. So try things out, see what works for you. Okay. And the key is just to continue to do it. The key is in the doing, right? Or the being, I should say. The key is in the being. You make the time. It really only takes a few minutes a day to reap the benefits, and doing it consistently. Try out all these different types, there's different ways that you can meditate. But I'll tell you, you will be very surprised to see when you, first of all, do this for yourself, because I always say mama's got to come first, right? You have to come first. You have to come first, right? But then bring in the kids, include them in it, or do it while they're around and they're noticing. Maybe they're not sitting next to you meditating with you, but maybe they are noticing that you're doing that. Talk to them about how you are being super intentional right now when you're folding the laundry and, using this as a meditation, right? Have the conversations, include them in it. Talk about the benefits. Talk about how you feel before you meditate and after you meditate. You maybe journal after and have them do it with you. It's, you definitely have to come first, and you've got to find a way to do this for you. The more you practice it, the more comfortable you're going to be, the more you're going to get in your groove and figure out what type of meditation works best for you. And the more you do it, the more you're able to tune things out as well. So you could be like me, sitting on your bed while you have a child screaming next to you and one in the other room, and you can still meditate and reap the benefits. The thing is, I know everything's, you'll know all these things are going on around you, but you're still able to center yourself and speak life and connect no matter what is happening around you. So the more you do it, the more benefits you reap, the easier it becomes, all of the things. So I hope that was helpful for you. Um, oh, great question. Do you get bodily sensations when you start meditating? Great question, Ashley. I have. So um, everyone's experience with meditation will be different, right? And it will depend on, like, I guess how connected you are, right? To just the energy around you and your intuition, how connected you are. And then also like tingling, chills, etc. Um, so I am a chill person, like, and I get tingles and like chills whenever I feel energy, when things are like in alignment. Like if I say something to you, and like I just got a little bit of chills right now. If I say something, right, to you, the chills are kind of like the confirmation for me that yes, I was on point. That was right. So yeah, you may get them, you may not get them. So it's not something that you have to get, but it really depends on your how deeply connect how connected you are, right? How in tune with your intuition you are, which I know you were saying yesterday you were getting a lot of you know, connection there. Um, and then just like how deep in the meditation you can be and like how in the moment. Because, sometimes when the kids are running around, sometimes it is a little bit harder for your monkey brain to shut off, right? But yeah, it's not out of the ordinary. Like it's not um yeah, unusual, I should say. It's not unusual to have those kinds of feelings. Or I often will see colors or images, or sometimes I feel like, depending on how, if I can go really deep, I feel like I'm in like another dimension, right? And sometimes I get chills or sometimes things come to me. I mean, it really just depends on the day and the time and my energy at the time. Um, but yeah, that's totally, totally normal um, for you to have some types of sensations and things. So, wow, do you do when you get chills out of nowhere? How can you interpret that? Oh, okay. Let's see. Do you do when you get chills out of nowhere? How can you interpret that? So, um, how can you interpret it? I like go with my gut. Like, what do I feel that is? Right? It could be maybe like a deceased loved one or a guide or something kind of connecting with you to get you um, to confirm something you're doing right at the moment. Um, it could be a way to catch your attention. Um, what I would do is, if you feel like you're having some type of chills or sensation, I would, if you're able to, sit with it in that moment, and ask the universe, ask God, ask your guides, like, okay, what is that? If it's not catch, and like notice what is going on at that moment. So if you're able to like kind of stop what you're doing right at that moment, notice what you're doing. Like, what is it? Did something just come by you? Are you working on something specific? Did someone's name just come up? Kind of see what you're doing, like what's happening in the moment, and see if something comes right to you. Because I know, I mean, like if you're connected with your intuition, a lot of times it's just you kind of being in that moment right there, to be aware, to figure out and be aware of what it is connected to. If it doesn't come right to you, see if you can stop right in that moment and sit with it and meditate and ask the question. Or maybe sit and try to free write journal and just see what comes up. It's hard to know. I mean, it's hard. The more you connect with it and the more you notice these signs and these feelings, or like synchronicities or things. I'll have to work on that. Yeah, it's a practice. It's all I like everything in this type of way, like anything like spiritual or intention related or meditation. It's all a practice, right? But the more aware you can be, like the fact that you like notice it and then you're thinking bigger picture, like what is that? The better. It's really, really cool. So, well, I hope that helps. Thank you for the questions, Yesley. I hope that helps other people that may be watching this, and I hope it helped you. Let me know if anything comes up. Message me and let me know. I'd love to hear. And I hope you have an absolutely amazing day. I will see you tomorrow. And don't forget, there is a link to my group. We will be continuing through tomorrow with the Inspire to Meditate series. And it also will live in the guide section. So no matter when you hop into the group, you will be able to access it. So hope you have an absolutely amazing day. Take care.